welcome back to Falling in Love with Home Buying. My name is Deanna Enfinger. I'm a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway.
Hey, I'm Brandon Roach. I'm a mortgage banker with Atlantic Bay Mortgage.
And today we are on episode 7 in the beautiful city of Summerville, South Carolina. And we have a guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Darnell Johnson. I am the owner of Grass Masters of South Carolina. We are a full-service landscaping company, which we actually are landscape management professionals located here in Summerville, South Carolina. Our motto is we make all things beautiful with landscapes, that is. Just tell you a little bit more about myself, about the firm itself. We're pretty much, like I said, a design, build, maintain firm, which we can design your landscape and we can install it for you, and we can also maintain it per your request. But that's pretty much in a nutshell who we are.
All right, awesome. So, when it comes to buying and selling real estate, I think the most important thing is people driving by and seeing a house, and the first thing that they see, of course, is their curb appeal. So when somebody's listing a house and they're getting ready to list their house, what are some tips that you have that they should do for listing a home to make that curb appeal just pop?
Absolutely, that's a great question. I just want to bite off your words. Curb appeal. You first want your property to show that you have some form of ownership. First of all, you want to be able to attract that potential buyer to your property. By way of such, you make sure that your trees are trimmed up at least 6 feet tall, and your shrubbery and your beds and things are trimmed no higher than 3 feet tall. Also, and the reason I can talk about this because I have a background also in law enforcement, and they have a program called Crime Prevention through Environmental Design as well within that scope for that ownership purpose. So those are small things that we can do, but of course we'll get into a little bit of landscape renovations and things as we go forward.
Yeah, so speaking of landscape renovations, what does that normally cost for somebody really wanting to do that before they list their home? What does that entail?
Absolutely. It depends. The great response from attorneys. It depends. But however, a good cost for a landscape renovation project will be between $1,500 and about $3,500. Sometimes you can have things that you bring in, replace the turf or the sod in your yard, enhance your landscape beds and things like such. Redress the ground with ground cover, with mulch or either pine straw, whatever your flavor is for your listing. But to give you a brief overview, again, that number is between $1,500 and $3,500 to kind of just get that done in a nutshell.
Well, I know we're just getting into the spring, and so people are thinking about yards. What do you think are going to be some popular projects this year?
Oh, absolutely. Turf renovations, definitely that's pretty much overseeding, replacing existing turf where there might have been some damage, or we had some pretty interesting winter months. So of course, this is the time of year that we see that damage come about. So between the turf renovations, sod installations, overseeding, top dressing, definitely fertilization as well, landscape beds as well, as relates to the overall enhancement, just to kind of get that low country feel, replacing any dormant plants that hasn't pretty much popped back in for the spring, which is going to be here, in a day or two from now. So those are some very popular projects that we have been installing, and actually we have crews on the ground today installing such as well.
Awesome. Well, I know we have some insects and other pests for the yard too. Do you help with that treatment?
Absolutely. First of all, welcome to South Carolina, where we have a little bit of everything as it relates to insects. Some insects that we commonly address is, grubs, mole crickets, things like such. Even red imported fire ants. They have become a nuisance in our area as well. So we are licensed applicators here in South Carolina that we treat with various insecticides, whether it be granular or even liquid form. And what that does is actually take away, I call it the grocery store, for any larger pests that may get into your lawn and things like such that gets to eating at your roots and things of your turf. And when you have proper insect management and control in your turf, you actually have a much more better producing lawn, which can actually allow for it to actually drive great roots and healthy roots for your lawn.
Fantastic.
All right, well, thank you so much. There's been so much knowledge you've given us today to keep our grass green and our curb appeal up. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And next week we're going to have Jason Taylor back with us to talk about after inspection, what does that look like, what kind of repairs, and what they can do to help. So if you have any questions for us, please reach out to us at fallinginlovewithhomebuying@gmail.com. And until next week, we'll see you then.